everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about the Very Well Health article / autism experts, and the title of the article is Autism Experts and What They Can and Can't Tell You. No one can tell you what you need to know about autism. It was published on the 17th of November by Lisa Jo Ruddy. I will link the video down in my description down below for further information and further reading. So the first thing that I bump into on this article is that the term autism experts, and it claims that these different types of people are what they call the expert, and they're not. And I'm someone who is diagnosed with autism. I've been diagnosed nearly 8 years now, and even I'm not an expert. I'm someone who's lived experience. I'm a patient who lives with it. So I don't call myself an expert. I'm not a medic, I'm not a professional, but still I'm able to tell you what you need to know about autism. So who are these supposed experts and the type of expertise that you need to know? So diagnosticians. Diagnosticians, they are the people who have more medical knowledge on autism than what I do, but they have no idea of how to signpost you onto services which are best suited for your needs. So for someone like me who wishes to have further support or needs it, they don't know how to best help us. Another thing that I noticed was that they said an expert is a behavioural specialist. A behavioural specialist is someone who is like an ABA therapist or a psychotherapist or someone who wants to try and fix us. And that really does aggravate me because, you know, we don't need to be fixed, we don't need to be altered, we don't need to be told how to work and function. And we don't need to conform to the everyday stereotypical rules that you guys just don't understand we can't do. But then they do go on to a positive thing. They do go on to say that occupational therapists may be required for sensory challenges and the day-to-day daily challenges / coordination issues, which I have. So I totally agree with this paragraph. I think it's vital that if we have to have occupational therapists or people who help us with the day-to-day chores of life and the day-to-day rituals of life, then fair dues be it. Like, I think that's what people need to look into, and to stop using the word interventions when it comes to autism. I absolutely just hate this word. I hate it with an absolute passion. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, we don't need to be fixed, altered, conformed to your stereotypical box. So what do diagnosticians play in the part of autism? This part of the article I felt was very, very medicalised. It's based on a person's medical need rather than the person who's living with autism. And the problem with the terms in this article I found as an autistic person is it was very medical laden, it was very long worded. Words such as paediatrician, neurologist, psychologist, speech therapist, language therapist, we don't really understand what these terms are until I've actually researched them, which again I'll attach in my video description down below for further technical diagnosis and stuff like that. I agree that there doesn't need to be multiple people involved in the diagnosis of autism as well, because I find it's too technical. Too many people get so overwhelming. Anxiety ridden, depression can set in. Like, I agree that we need to just have some smart people, like 1 or 2 people, like a psychologist, social worker. And the word also early intervention, I hate this word with a passion. Basically, to me, that implies we need to be fixed, we need to be conformed, we need to be made to conform to your everyday box. Like, we don't need to be stopped, we don't need to be treated. Please don't treat us like we're a child, because we're not. We don't need you to say, oh, don't do this, don't do that, and sit us down with therapists who are trying to make us do ABA therapy, which is based forced repetition, daily speech, and to get them to act non-autistic. So please don't try that with me. I really don't like it. The word therapies as well. Oh my god, how stupid do you have to be to imply this every single time? Therapies do not work for people on the spectrum such as myself. So please stop throwing it as an insult and trying to make us do it. Like, it says, oh, we need to have developmental therapies. We need to have occupational therapies. We need to have limited interaction with people. No, 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 and no. Like, just research it, please. Stop trying to conform us to your box. Like, we are not people who need to conform or need to be fixed or altered or forced into natural conversations that aren't natural for us, because you'll overstimulate us, you'll make us anxious, depressed, stressed, into emotional and physical meltdowns, and you don't want it. It's very difficult for us to even talk to you, let alone plan what to say, how to say it, come across, how to get our words out, because we're anxious, we're highly heightened all the time. We're constantly running on like an adrenaline rush. It's like we're going round in circles to try and get our words out. Also, with regards to the educational services within primary school, high school here in the UK, special educational teachers are not known as that. They are known as SENCOs, or Learning Support Assistants, which again I'll attach in the video description below. So basically a SENCO is a Special Educational Needs Coordinator who plans the educational healthcare plans for students who have disabilities within school. Or you'll have a Learning Support Assistant, which is called a LEA, basically which sits with you in the classroom to help you do your schoolwork and gets you through the day. Some parts of this article weren't relevant to my video, so I've left them out. I've just picked out the relevant pieces that I want to attach in here. With regards to adults on the spectrum, job coaches. Oh boy, where can I go with this video? People like me who have had experience with job coaches and get talked to all the time at the local job centre welfare office. Like, job coaches do not have any understanding of autism at all. They don't understand how to best support my needs when it comes to employment. They talk to me like I'm an absolute child. They threaten to sanction my benefits if I don't comply to what I'm meant to be doing. And I have to tell them, look, I have anxiety, I'm autistic, I can't cope with demands after demands after demands after demands. They don't have any specialist services to help support us, even though they've referred me to services. And again, it just comes down to a big coordination problem and communication problem. And the problem is, it's going to start causing problems to the fact that I just simply can't do it, and the fact that it comes to a point where I just can't function. I shut down, I melt down because I can't cope with the demands of being talked to all the time. So again, the job front just doesn't work. The support is failing for people with disabilities in general, not just autism. So I'm a bit upset that this, again, is a topic that's being brought up within the autistic community. So my final thoughts on this article are that some parts are completely irrelevant, but some parts I have agreed with as someone on the spectrum. I agree the wording needs to be more accessible and less medical based, because we fail to understand what this means. Also, I feel this article was written by total medics and people who have read medical books and people who haven't taken the opportunity to get to know people on the spectrum. I don't think they've invited people like myself to be part of it. So let me know what you think down below in my comment section. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me. I'll attach the article like I say, and I'll see you next time. Bye!